Welcome back, guys, to Depth of Despair. This is our Devilish discussion number 5. I'm your host, Abyss, and joining me today is Big Red. How you going, Big Red?
I'm really well. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking.
You are.
Oh yeah, I was hoping to discuss Scream with you, the movie franchise.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to this.
Yeah, what do you overall think of the Scream franchise?
I like them all except for number three.
Number
I'm
3.
just going to say it straight away. Um, I think it was the first slasher movie I ever watched, so it holds a sort of dear place in my heart because it's one of the first movies I've seen like that. Um, and yeah, I just really liked it. I think it's the first movie to me is like an instant classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's one of
yeah.
the movies you're always going to be talking about. It's a great slasher movie. It's got, you know, it's got everything you want in a slasher movie in a way, doesn't it? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I think it really revitalized the genre of horror because at the time it killed off one of the biggest actors in the film, Drew Barrymore, in 2 seconds flat. Sorry, guys, spoilers, but it's been out for like 20 years now. But
It
yeah,
actually has been out 20 years,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it was really revitalized the genre. It was about horror films, speaking about horror films, and I think the franchise overall is one of the strongest slasher franchises.
Yeah, I agree. And one of the main things about it is, like, it's not real, it's a movie, but you know what I mean? Like, but that could be a real thing that happens. Like, Freddy isn't going to come into your dreams at night and kill you. Do you know what I mean? Well,
Well, you hope not.
there's not going to be a guy rising up from a lake.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, someone could come along and actually dress up as Ghostface and kill you. You know.
yeah. What was So your favorite one's number 1, and you hate number 3?
Yeah. Well, I watched. My favorite is number one, definitely. I watched all of them again, and I just thought number three was really weird. I didn't think there was any. It's a weird movie to watch because the first one wasn't funny. It's because it's a horror, but the second one wasn't funny either. But the third one, they tried to incorporate um,
Yeah, a lot of humor
comedic
into it.
elements,
Yeah,
and it all didn't pay off. Like there's a Jay and Silent Bob cameo,
yeah, yeah.
and I just thought, what the fuck? Like, what's the point in that?
Yeah, I'm not really happy with number 3. My favorite order would be number 1, number 4, 2, and 3. I feel like number 4 and 2 are very, not similar films, but similar level. They're really fantastic. I just think number 1, because it was the first one, it made such an impact on the horror genre. Like, the films that have tried to do the same thing and just failed miserably, I have to give number 1 credit. Like, it's probably one of the best horror films there's been in a long time.
Well, I was going to say something silly then, but I don't know why I was going to say it. But can you think of a movie after Scream that's a really good slasher?
Uh, Hatchet would be my next franchise.
But a movie, yeah, Hatchet's good actually,
But
but
that's another good 7, 8 years.
right, but that didn't get as much buzz, did it?
Oh, nowhere near.
As
Not the same level of fame. But that's because that slasher genre now, it's people have got moved away from that kind of horror now. People don't like it anymore, and I feel like Scream was one of the last few popular mainstream slasher films. Like even when the new Jason comes out, a lot of people around my area, I don't reckon there will be a big uh critical acclaim for it. Most people won't go to see it. People now like ghost and haunted movies, which is fine. It's a new phase in horror. It comes different phases, but yeah, Scream was kind of the last big slasher franchise that was around. To be honest, like Hatchet's more for the people that appreciate those slasher films, if that makes sense.
yeah, and it was made on a small budget, and it's more independent than Scream was.
Yeah,
Scream was pretty. Oh, Scream didn't have a big budget anyway, but like it was. I found something else interesting too. Actually, watching all four of them is the people in all those movies are the people of that time. Are the some of the biggest teen stars of that time?
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm following.
Like, number one... Oh, God, I can't even remember the cast. Number one had... Well, Nick Campbell was in all of them, but... She was an up-and-coming actress, I believe. I think she was still on Party of Five at the time. That was the TV show. If Rose McGowan was on there, she was famous for Charmed and dating Marilyn Manson. You know? Jamie Kennedy was in it. There was Skeet Ulrich was in it. You know, had all these people who were like had recognisable names.
Yeah, big actors.
Yeah, and the second one was the same. It had Timothy Olyphant in it. Courtney Cox was in it. She was in the biggest show in the world at the time.
Liev Schreiber, or whatever his name is.
Liev Schreiber, yes, of course. Yeah, how could I forget him? 100% cotton.
Yeah, I think First Scream's the best one. I think we agree with that. How did you enjoy number 4? We watched that together, from my memory.
Yeah, we did. We've seen it with a few other friends too. Not opening day, but like a few days afterwards.
Yeah, opening weekend.
I loved it. I watched it again and I'm like, this cast is really good.
That twist of Emma Roberts had me in tears. I thought that was one of the best twists of all time. I know it sounds a bit obscene. I actually put it up like really close to Scream 1. Like it's give or take. It's straws for me. It's like needles in a haystack. I would not. They're very close to me.
It's a really good. It's a really good comeback for Scream. I reckon after Scream 3, it's a great comeback, and the cast is great. The twist, as you say, was really good. I think you called it, didn't you, when we watched it?
I think I did. I ruined the film for everyone.
Yeah, it was you who did that.
I apologise.
Yeah, because the theatre wasn't really packed. But it was you who goes, yeah, so you were the one who spoiled that for everyone in the whole cinema. Because you, like, said it really loudly. You're like, she's a killer. I was like, what?
She's the killer! Run! Get out of there! Emma Roberts is the killer!
And then it turns out...
I just like to ruin people's days a bit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thanks. That was funny, though.
It was a style in which she did it, like, faked her own sort of death. I was like, this is fucking superb. Like, throwing herself for glass, pulling her hair out, stabbing her in the shoulder. I was like, I could fake a whole, like, sort of killing spree like this. I think I could do it. I can relate to this pretty well.
It was a really good twist.
Yeah, I think it deserves more credit. Like, I actually think, also, even with the gore factor, that first kill, it's the first kill, but the kill her friend in the room on the phone and the other two friends are at their place, that kill was really gory, really fucked up, and really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was like 50 minutes to an hour into the movie, actually. So it's about halfway through.
Oh, I apologise.
Yeah, it was, because I actually just watched it very recently on, like, Thursdays. So, yeah, that was a really good kill. Yeah, it was a really good movie. The whole cast was good, too.
Yeah.
That was probably the best cast out of all four. That's the best one.
Well,
every name is recognisable.
Number 4...
Like, every name, I'm like, yeah, I know who you are.
Number 4 is a lot of social commentary on social media, how now you don't need friends, you need fans, how technology's starting to rule over. That was really good, because number 1 was more about the horror tropes. This one is about horror tropes and a lot of media. Number 2 and 3, like, kind of lost their way. I feel like number 2 went the traditional slasher sense and just upped the ante. Like, it was still a great film, but it lost its way a bit and went for more violence over substance. And number 3, yeah, I think you've said it pretty much all. It was a bit too much comedy. It didn't really feel like a Scream film to me, and it is the weakest of the franchise by a lot. Like, number 2 isn't far off number 1 and 4, but number 1 and 4 are just the best ones.
Number 1 and 2, they're like instant classics.
Yeah.
You could argue number 2 is better than number 1 if you wanted to. Really.
I could see that argument.
Number 4 was really good too, which actually critically it didn't do very well, which I'm surprised at.
Yeah, because Wes
Craven. But maybe that was around the time where horror was sort of like, if there's if there's dirt, horror's underneath that. Around that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think at that time it was still the torture porn era, so this wasn't as popular.
Yeah, and torture porn has never been that popular anyway, apart from the first Hostel.
Yeah. Well, I feel like between 2000 and 2010, it was really torture porn, Saw, Hostel kind of era of horror. You got The Collector, you got a bunch of little films like that. Before that, it was the slashers in the 90s, you could argue the 80s. It was a good 20 years, and now I feel like it's moving towards ghosts and possession movies again, which is interesting. I feel like horror's always going these genre spills. But I think Scream 4 deserved way more than it had. I know Wes Craven was planning to do another trilogy, so 2 more sequels, if number 4 had made more money, so I was very disappointed to see that. I think Emma Roberts would have been really... I know she's killed off, but I'd like to see her come back again.
The problem with the money is it didn't even make $100 million.
Oh, jeez. That's
It only made $97.1 million on a $40 million budget.
Yeah.
And you take into marketing, that's $50 million that it cost. Like, it's a shame it didn't do well because that movie was probably was really good. The cast was. I keep going back to that cast. I'm surprised that cast was well assembled. Like, yeah, they're not the best actors around, but they're very recognisable for that particular time.
They're pretty perfect for their roles. Yeah, they really talk. The characters themselves are very 90s. And yeah, I think, like, I would like to see one of the main 3 die off in some way. Like, Neve Campbell's probably going to go. Courtney Cox has got too much charisma to go. But yeah, I feel like they make a new one, which they definitely won't. I think the franchise is finished now. But yeah, I'd like to see one of the top 3 go.
Could the franchise move forward without Wes Craven?
Oh yeah, 100% it could. It probably will. It's a big name franchise. I would actually like to see. I know it's a bit of a stretch. I think Ryan Reynolds would be good. Maybe not in it, but acting some sort of creative role with it. I think he pretty much owns the Deadpool franchise, and that would be kind of the fun poking fourth wall kind of films I'd like to see him give a shot at. I think Ryan Reynolds would be good. Maybe not as director, but in that creative department. If he was acting in it, I'd be cool with it. I'd like to see something like the Deadpool, someone involved with that. I'd like to see it come over in for a Scream. How would you see it going forward if it was to go forward?
I would put... given his track record on his last 2 movies, Mike Flanagan, he did Hush. Remember last week where I was like, I can't remember his name? I finally figured out his name. Mike Flanagan. Yeah, Hush was really good. Surprisingly really good. As we were talking about last week. Luigi Origin of Evil was pretty alright.
I thought that was a great film.
It wasn't bad. I'll put someone like that in charge. Because if he could do a bigger version of Hush, in a way, like, pretty much, he could really play around with that world and make it alright. If he had more characters, that may be pretty good.
Yeah. It's very dangerous line with the whole self-referencing part of the Scream franchise. So it's very interesting to see who gets that kind of role and who takes it well. Actors going forward, I don't know how they're going to do it. I'd make it more online again with social media and how you got like Cash Me Outside girls very popular and stuff. I'd have Emma Roberts involved again. I think she's too good not to have her involved. I'd have the traditional 3, but I have one die off. It really depends which way you're going with. I'd have Abigail Breslin.
You'd put Neve Campbell back in it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd probably make a die off for an opening scene. Because no one would suspect that. And that's kind of linking Scream 1 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have like a lot of new up-and-coming horror people in it and kind of try to make... I'd be aiming for the franchise to make another 3 films again. So it'd be like 7 or 8 at a time I'm done with it.
So a bit like they did with Stab in the Scream franchise.
Oh, yeah.
With Stab 7.
I'd actually be... I could be funny if they make the Stab films.
Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah.
And make it like Scream is those little Stab films in the Stab series. That would be funny. Like an alternative universe.
That would be pretty cool.
Actually,
Who do you reckon would who else would star in it? Who would be your
Abigail Presley.
male?
Oh, Mel. Patrick Wilson's too good for this franchise, but like I don't know. You need someone who's really got one foot in the comedy, one foot in the horror, and that's why I'd actually go Ryan Reynolds because he's now done Life, and that. Danny McBride would probably be in it. He's in everything now. I'm going Danny McBride.
Like a southern version of Scream.
Yeah, well, Danny McBride, he's actually in the new Halloween film coming out. He's in Alien Covenant. I feel like he's trying to really get his foot into a horror element, and I'd be okay with him going to Scream because I feel like he's got the right amount of humour for it. I think he'd help carry the film through. I'd be cool with James Franco in it as well. It really, even Jonah Hill, I thought was good in this as the end. So it really depends which way you're kind of going with it. Yeah, I'd have probably one of the Scary Movie guys jump in. I'd have Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it, maybe Danielle Harris. I'd have a huge body count. Yeah, I'd make it. Maybe Neve Campbell be the killer in this one. She's just finally cracked. That'd be funny.
Different twist on it.
Yeah, I'd have her die at the start or be the killer at the end.
She's behind it all the time. She would go like Alien Resurrection. Alien Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection. Apologies.
No problem.
Where like Jamie Lee Curtis dies. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd almost give it a tone of like Cabin in the Woods if I was to go forward with it. Self-referencing.
You want to.
If I was to go forward with the franchise, I'd have like a sort of feeling of like Cabin in the Woods. Pretty scary, but very self-referencing.
I'll probably just have to do what they've usually done. Because I don't really want anything different, which sounds weird because I know people would, but I like them the way they are.
No,
Scream to me is one of my all-time favourite movies. Like, I just can't look past it, and I don't want any of them changed. Like, I don't want Scream 5 if they were to do it, which they probably wouldn't, because Scream 4 did make a movie when Wes Craven sadly passed away. But like, to go really, really left field with it would be a bit too weird, especially for me. Maybe not for anyone else, but for me it'd be really like, I don't really want to see that, you know.
I feel like I'm asking a dangerous question because I can't really give you any response to it. Have you seen the Scream Netflix TV series?
No.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that because I haven't either.
No, but I know some people who have.
Is it good?
It's really. They said it's not. They said the show could have been made a lot better. Like, it could have been a better story and a better. To be honest with you, when they announced the Scream TV show, I didn't see why they didn't just have it be like a continuation, even for a short miniseries. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I've only seen the opening, I lied, I've seen the opening kill of Battle of Thorn. I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, I'd throw it here in the new franchise as well, but yeah, I will give it a shot before I comment on the Scream franchise and how it is in TV.
Well, yeah, I just not interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Definitely not. You
One
want to see what I put in my notes?
Wait, what?
You want to see what I put in my notes?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
One of my notes from Scream 4. This is going to sound a bit weird. I put Alison Brie and Hayden Panettiere are really, really hot. That's exactly what I put.
You're watching the film, you're like, this is an important factoid. This will become in use.
Yes.
Alison
Brie's first scene, I'm like, she's a really beautiful woman, so I put it I don't know why I did that. I was like, I thought it would get a laugh out of you, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll put it.
It did. Oh.
Good.
Anyhow, I think we'll wrap that one up on a positive note. Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Comment down below, tell us what you think about Scream franchise. Don't forget to like, and most importantly, subscribe. Thanks, guys.